I'm Jessica, and I guess I'm going to talk about staying strong in the face of difficulty. So, that's definitely something everybody struggles with every day. You have so many counts of depression and anxiety with people struggling to just, balance trying to pay the bills with family life and whatever they're trying to do in their life and what is life about? Where am I supposed to go? Nobody really knows. Oh my gosh. What do we do? So, I would say, in order to combat that and just kind of figuring out how to take everything all in is definitely trying to find a balance first and foremost. Staying strong is definitely about also having a balance and learning how to be able to I don't know, I guess just bring all of your aspects of your life. No, I get it's about getting rid of what doesn't serve you anymore and only keeping the good. That's definitely about the balance because life is gonna throw shit at you all the fucking time. It's gonna throw crap at you, but you have to make sure you focus on the good because then you'll have, in my opinion, a good balance. And then staying strong in the face of difficulty won't be so hard because you have good things in your life as well that you see and you appreciate every day. So that also goes with loving yourself, self love. What does that mean? Nobody really knows, but it also goes with having, like I was saying, having the balance and doing the things in your life that really just serve you, which also means self love because you just do things for you. You just do you, boo boo. That's what it's about. Don't pay attention to what everybody else says. That like, oh, you need to have this certain job. No, you need to have an income, not a job. Life isn't about having a certain fucking job. It's just about having enough money to do what you love to do. That is how it's done. In my opinion, that's how it's done. Am I getting off tangent?
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
Keep talking.
So yeah, balance, self love, staying strong. Yeah, just make sure you make time to do what you love. Life is gonna be crap because if you don't, then you're killing yourself before you're. Everybody's gonna go through shit.
What do you love doing?
It's supposed I love doing, I guess. I love and learning how to. Well, I guess to dance. Tell you how to learn how to cope with that.
Well, you're telling people to do what they love so that they don't feel that much stress. Therefore, what is a personal example of what you do that you love?
Okay, so I love to dance, and I know everyone. It's so weird to be told to just go home and turn on music and like let loose for like 30 minutes, but just do that. You know what? Turn music up really loud, your favorite song, and if you don't feel like dancing right away, I promise you it'll come. Everybody needs a little bit vitamin M in their life, whatever. um, that I personally love to cook. Cooking with vegetable. I'm vegetarian. I love cooking with vegetables. They're so much fun. All the textures and colors are great. It's definitely an awesome stress release for me. And if it's hard for you to figure out what you love, think about what you love to do as a child. So I remember, like as a child, I did love to dance, and I love to go outside and climb trees. And even though I'm 21 now, I like to go outside and climb trees because it's fun. So even if it's a little weird, that's fine. It's what makes you you. Don't care about what everybody else says, I guess.
Are you looking at me because of the music or the trees?
I'm looking at you because, she's 21 and still climbing trees. He's.
Oh my God! How,
Yeah.
how could you climb trees?
I have a little
I knew
cat
someone
in the way.
that climbed their first tree at 37. How does that make you feel?
Oh my gosh! You did not live. No, I'm just kidding.
What are you talking about? Who
I
would
don't
that
know.
be?
I can't remember his name precisely.
Yeah.
But the joy, the mere ecstasy I saw on this person's face when they jumped down from their first successful tree climb was
awesome.
that of a child on heroin and cocaine mixed together while having sugar cookies.
That's intense.
I love
From
how.
the fucking tree.
That's intense.
Yeah, I climbed my first tree at 37
Why?
because I never climbed a tree before.
Why?
Do they not have trees where you come from?
What was I saying? Oh, just do things that love you. Or
No,
that
it's not.
not that you love. And that love you too, I guess, right?
You
and
love
if-
our viewers? Is that what
and
you're
then
saying?
I'm just saying that do things that reciprocate lots of love.
Lots of love.
Yeah, just create love everywhere.
So what
That's
you're
great.
saying is that people should do things that reciprocate passion and compassion.
That's, and there we go. That's part. Yeah. So, what is your passion? Where do you find stuff like that? Or like people, it's so, what is the word? Not hopeless, but when you look at something, it's like, oh my gosh, it's like it's
Ominous,
a daunting task,
challenging,
ominous,
daunting.
challenging, daunting task to figure out exactly what you love to do. But like I was saying, think back to what you loved to do as a child, like 8, 10, maybe even early teens. But just what brought you joy, because your natural state is happiness always. Because as a child, think about toddlers and children; they're hardly ever unhappy. Maybe if they fall down and bump and skin their knee, but after that pain is gone, they're over it and they're good with their life. That is how you should take life in general and your challenges. So if you fall and you bump your knee, that's the challenge. Get over it. The pain is going to be there. It's fine. Accept it. And then move on. And there you go.
That sounds good.
Overcoming strong, difficult things.
That makes sense. Thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
By the way, before I choke myself, Susanna, you said you had something. Sorry, I'm dying. Here's a dog, by the way. Hello, dog. How you doing, dog? Hey, yeah, no, it's a cat. Anyways, you were saying, I think I had Susanna. What, you had something to chip in?
I was trying to remember. You were talking about like an outlook to have on life, or about how it's about. You were saying something about how it's like not easy, or I'm trying to remember. I just want to say that personally, I have a certain thing I go by for when I'm facing adversity. I feel like that is the whole point of life. Like, life is not supposed to be easy. It's not easy for anything on this earth, any animal, any living thing. It's basically,
Except for koala bears. They eat and get high all day and sleep.
okay.
So,
well,
they're pretty damn happy. That's like the paradise reincarnation right there.
they're only
You've
happy
had a hard
because they
life.
have smooth brains. And they're not happy because when their teeth wear down, they starve to death and die. They're not happy.
They're happy up until that point.
They're happy
Okay,
up until that point.
things
but
have
only
to
because
die.
They have smooth
But I
brains.
feel like if someone has a hard life, cosmically, they're like, it's been a tough one. Go be a koala. You know? It's like
What gets the koala high?
eucalyptus leaves.
You get the koala high?
Yes.
Why?
Oh God, what did you ask? Okay,
Oh,
brace
here
up.
we go.
Yes.
No. Shut up. I don't want to hear it. Shut up. He asked. There's
quantum
chemicals
climb.
inside of the leaf that when they eat it, they get high.
Why doesn't that happen for us?
Because we have different digestive tract.
We are not koalas.
We're not
Different
koalas.
chemicals in us.
No, thank you, everybody, for the obvious fucking answer. I was looking for the actual reason.
Okay, you know how like dogs eat chocolate, but it kills them?
It doesn't kill them. It makes them sick.
Makes them sick. Thank you.
Why do we have a group of specialists?
There's no point in having specialists anymore. I'm done.
True. Okay.
No,
Go
dogs
ahead.
get sick when they eat chocolate. However, we don't. Same with them. They just have different enzymes that break down different components of the leaf.
So, but are there any what? So, is there anything in the eucalyptus leaf per se that causes the highness? So, let's say that we were actually to break down the eucalyptus leaf in lab. Could that quote unquote enzyme reactant be extracted? And
We
then-
would need the enzyme to oxidize the particular biochemical that the leaf is releasing. We don't have that. Other chemicals that we have, such as, for example, marijuana, it allows for this pseudo serotonin and dopamine to shoot off in our brain. But what the eucalyptus leaf has is not congruent to our types of enzymes in our stomach. Hence why we don't get high when we eat it. Koalas, on the other hand, do have those enzymes.
They do get high.
I mean, how else would you cope with 10 hours of pine gut fermentation?
I know, exactly. It's ridiculous.
I would like to chip in my 2 cents too about on this particular topic. Please watch.
Is it the linguistics of koalas?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It is. It is. Please watch the True Facts About Koala
That's
by
where I
Z
learned all
Frank.
my information.
Oh yeah, that's where I get my science from. Just saying.
They also have a lot of gonorrhea.
Koalas?
Yeah, koalas. They actually have a population decrease because of gonorrhea. It's really terrible. They are prolific procreators, and they just spread gonorrhea like wildfire. When you slap genitals together, man, you got the gono. That's how it happens.
Thank you for that. All of
You're
a sudden, I
welcome.
have. Okay, my appetites are just diminished by 73.2%. Now, that's moving on. So you were saying, Susanna?
Oh, I'm trying to remember what I was saying. Oh,
Koalas and gonorrhea really fuck your day.
yeah, it's like, I'm so far out
Hey.
I can't deal with you and your science.
Welcome to his life.
Unless you want to talk about poisonous versus venomous, then we'll go
So poisonous is you have to come in contact.
It has
Venomous
to
is you have
come
to
in
bite.
contact with your skin to be absorbed. Venomous is
Okay.
it has to bite
It has
you
to
and
bite.
inject venom.
Okay.
The only
What
thing
is
I
toxic?
can think of that's poisonous.
What is toxic?
Doesn't matter. They're the same thing. Toxic is pain.
conversation
Look,
starter.
Struggle of life.
just life is hard and then you die. That's what it is. Okay.
Okay,
That's
thank-
the entire concept of life that I'm trying to portray
Pretty
here.
happy.
It's
Well,
hard. It's because it's supposed to be, and you die when it stops being hard. The end.
it may be like my romantic side, but
Jesus fuck.
yeah.
That's
Damn.
my fucking motto.
So can we?
Oh, okay. Let's see it. Like tattoo.
Now, if you want to talk about fucking sloths, go ahead. But life is hard.
As you see, life is hard, then you die. That's tattooed right there. We can clearly see it.
That's actually what your tattoo says. Yeah, actually have a tattoo that says
Yeah.
life is hard and you die.
That's my entire. My dad has been telling me that since I was like born. Every time I have a problem, life's hard, then you die.
Would not the value of life be to make it better and easier for people?
It's no. That's just you're talking. I mean, yeah, sure. Make life easier. Make things more convenient. But that's not the point. You're supposed to be struggling. You're supposed to be working towards something, facing adversity. That's the whole part about surviving and thriving. But
If
I
you
mean,
had a
what's
child,
the point?
would you want the child to go through an easier life than you did, or the same amount
No.
of difficulty?
No, the same, if not more, because that's how you build character. That's how you learn things. You don't learn anything from not having to go through it, not having to struggle with anything. You learn nothing, and then it's like, why are you here? What are you doing? What can you possibly teach anyone from not doing anything? Like, life is supposed to be hard, and when it's done being hard is when you die. Then you get to rest.
I mean, oftentimes when I talk to people that have children, a very common response from them is that they want their child's life to be easier than their life was.
I mean, that usually comes from people. It's like, they want to be more financially better off than their parents were, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like it's not just, I want my kid's life to be hard. No, it's like, you need to teach them that.
You're gonna suffer, damn it.
Like, just like I did. Like, no,
I think I know some mothers that were like that.
my dad's like that. But it's more like, you know what? It's
Mom,
kind
I'm
of,
hungry.
it's like, suck it up. That's just a way, it's my dad's way of saying suck it up. Like, oh, this is hard. What's supposed to be, and then so do something about it. Like that's basically what he means.
In some
by
way,
it.
you're telling me like basically that
Like you're
she
sitting there
happens to
complaining.
soldier up.
It's supposed to. You're like shit's supposed to happen. So
You
now what are you
can't-
gonna do about it?
You can't know light without dark. You can't know happiness without suffering.
Exactly. So that's what it.
So what again?
I said you can't know light without knowing dark. You can't know happiness without knowing suffering. That's the yin and the yang. That's the balance to life. You can't. You have to know both in order to appreciate one the most. That's not necessarily saying you need to suffer, but that's just saying you acknowledge the fact that there is suffering. And, well, like, for example, you're feeling really stressed out about, whatever, a bill. You have to make money. So instead of, like, you have the deadline of the shortage of money and the deadline of the bill, this is the suffering that I'm talking about, but you're, instead of taking the stressed out approach, you could focus on feeling wealthy and bringing more money in, and that is finding the balance in the suffering. So without that deadline, without the daunting, oh my god, I have these bills to pay, you wouldn't know how to bring the happiness. You wouldn't know how to bring the light into the dark. So yeah, that's what I was talking about.
You kind of like that, like the waves would not reach such high places without rifts.
Exactly. Like Susanna was saying, that's when you suffer. That's honestly when you learn the most about yourself. Honestly, because you have to get through it, and really, you're the only person that's going to make yourself happy and that's going to bring yourself through. Nobody's going to be there for you in the end. Like, your family, they're going to die. Your boyfriend, girlfriend, they're going to fucking die. I mean, or like, who knows?
Whoa. Speak for yourself, okay? Speak for...
Let's try to elixir your life, fountain youth, whatever. But they're going to fucking die. So who's that going to leave? That's going to leave yourself. You need to be like this, recluse, living in a house for 15 years and not talking to anybody, or you could get, your stuff together and realize that it's gonna be okay in the end.
The only person you can rely on is yourself.
Exactly.
100%. I mean, you can rely on other people for small things, but let's be real. The only person that's gonna save you is you.
Because really, that's the only person that's gonna be there no matter what.
Exactly.
Well, if you take it to an extra step, really that's the only person that exists is yourself in the end.
I mean, I feel biorhythmically I'm synchronized with certain people around me that allow me to facilitate my own salvation, but via their existence, because it's nothing more than a mirror reflection of my own existence.
Yeah, pretty much. And that spawns a completely different consideration on life, on the life around you being actually just a creation of whatever it is that's in your head. And which I'm not stating it's the way it is. I'm saying, I'm giving out, throwing seeds. That is going to be another topic of conversation. Is life real? And then we're going to have an existential crisis, but still.
It sounds like normal Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly. It's just another Tuesday, sometimes Wednesday. Okay, well, I think that we covered it. We understood thoroughly the concept that struggle is actually what makes you stronger. Too much of it breaks you. Too little of it breaks you.
No, it just leaves you undefined.
But it turns you into blob. There's nothing. If you don't, you need gravity to grow tall.
You said too much struggle?
Yeah, too much struggle.
Is there even such a thing? Like, because some people go through some crazy ass shit. Like, they should be really fucked up. They go through emotional, physical, sexual, all this kind of abuse. But in the end, they turn out to be, I don't know, one of the most serene, happy people you know. Because, like we were saying, the amount of struggle could possibly be directly proportional to the amount of happiness in the end.
What?
If you learn.
In a post on Facebook, which is my main source of knowledge, I saw something about Bob Marley that was reported to have said, "You're only you don't know how strong you are until being strong is your only option." Yeah. And that makes a lot of sense. Now, it is possible for a person to break under too much pressure if the person is immature, or before being mature if he's unprepared. I mean. Now, not everybody is going to be in that place when they're very young, to be able to cope with it. Or they may have been when they were young, but still when they grow older, they may still not have that maturity. And probably I'm thinking somewhere close to where I am now. I'm definitely no longer a child, and I still see this happening around me quite a bit. And I myself, I've gone through it for a long time before finding these answers. And you see, like, well, I'm 33, 34, 35. I should have it down, and you don't.
You what down and
You should have the whole situation down. Like,
down and you don't.
you know how
Well,
to cope with trouble, and you
I
don't.
think that maturity or that immaturity definitely comes with these like blocks or issues that you have to work through. I think the more you realize that you have these things that you have to bring to the surface and look at in the light in order to dissolve, the more maturity I think you will just naturally attain with that.
Could you repeat that? I want to thoroughly appreciate what you just said.
The more I guess I don't want to say issues, but sure, issues, because everybody has issues, let's just face it, with themselves. You bring to the light and fully realize about yourself and look at face on without judgment of yourself, because everybody has these things wrong with them. That's what we're supposed to do. Then they dissolve, and the more mature you will become as you begin to pick away at these subconscious shit you have, blocks you have with yourself.
I would agree with that. I would say I would agree with that. Anybody else has anything to add to this particular topic? Joe? From the Quantum Cloud? From Quantum Cloud?
I mean, no.
Okay, no molecular forces. And at this point, well, thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Susanna. Thank you, Loris, for paying close attention to the meditating throughout most of the. Yeah. All right. And see you next time.